Hey everybody, this is a quick blog post review which is available on my website. It's titled Choosing the Right C++ GUI Framework. The contenders are Qt, WxWidgets, and Imgui. So what I'll be doing is a very small comparison video of my experience working with these GUI frameworks. So what I was trying to build is a personal desktop application for myself. What I needed was to see the time, to see the weather, had add some to-do list items, have the application make some API calls to see if a couple of APIs that I've written are actually running and live, just to see if they have 200 status code, or maybe it's redirecting on a 301 status code. So I just wanted to confirm if it's working. There are production applications or even a cron job kind of satisfies for the last use case I mentioned, but it's nice to have a UI. And a couple of other features I like to have is maybe import a CSV file, kind of select the columns and kind of view the data, correct? Kind of a data analytics application. So these are a couple of features I was looking for, and maybe select some files or file dialog. Having a file dialog is kind of useful. So I so my experience with working with all these GUI frameworks are in a very limited constraint. So I worked with Qt at a limited constraint, as in, hey, I need to build this feature or maybe use a web engine. I'm going to go right ahead and use Qt to kind of integrate a web engine. My experiences Q with WxWidgets is, like, again, very limited. I'm working on my application with WxWidgets. I've chosen to go with WxWidgets, and I'll be kind of discussing in this video. Again, I've worked with Imgui on a very limited constraint. I've used it to kind of set up a very basic application, have some buttons, and on clicking those buttons, I kind of run maybe one or two scripts, see the status, like very like build very applications very quickly instead of just building a front end, writing a REST API and kind of running that on the web. So naturally, I needed a GUI library that is blah 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 blah. Let's just go down. So the contenders, Qt, WxWidgets, and Imgui. Okay, so Qt, if I talk about Qt, right? Qt's a very mature framework, right? It's got a lot of features, like it says, it's got a Qt designer. But the first thing I kind of felt when I started working with Qt is installing Qt is extremely difficult, right? I do not know if you guys have this problem. Like, you have to download the Qt installer, kind of enter your email, select the libraries that you need. But there are like terminal commands, but like oftentimes when I try downloading Qt, it kind of just fails in between, like server errors, maybe server timeout. Like, it's a huge pain, correct? Literally. And again, so this is one thing I kind of don't like about Qt, but something I really liked is like writing the UI part in QML, and kind of using C++ classes. Like, hey, signals and slots is like one of the very cool features that I liked. Right? Again, Qt web engine, like in embedding a web browser with Qt, is like was extremely easy. Right? If you're looking for, like, hey, just put in a web engine, maybe run some requests, maybe see the status, maybe see the web page, Qt web engine just works out of the box, like really cool. Now, again, so Qt engine, or sorry, I'm sorry, Qt has a licensing issue, not an issue as in they have a open source, but then, like, if you do not want to get into the licensing nitty-gritties, working with Qt can be a problem, right? But let's say you've got money lying around, you can just go buy a subscription, work with clients, you're building production applications, you want to build it very quickly, you want to be able to provide it to the user using maybe an installer. I think Qt just handles all of these very in a very clean manner, right? So for me, it was just about building my application, running it locally, right? I did not need Qt. Like, I can just download WxWidgets using CMake, and that's it. Like, or even use apt install, my system installer, to kind of install. So let's just move on to Imgui. Imgui is a very cool framework, like, for a very cool library. You can just almost use any backend. Like, there are very cool examples provided in the GitHub repository itself. You can just go ahead and say you want to use SDL. I used it with SDL, but you can use it with OpenGL and other backends also. A couple of things that I didn't like is, hey, the native look and feel, right? But again, IMGUI is not built for building traditional apps. It's built for like maybe working with game engine assets. You want to move an engine, you want to move a game engine asset, build in kind of UIs, debug UIs basically for games. And like I've seen this in a lot of in game overlays. So yeah, like the idea was to kind of quickly kind of build something. You get a window, you can just drag and drop windows. But the thing I liked about Imgui was just get start, like you can just install Imgui and SDL with CMake fetch content kind of set. I've got a video on that, about that on YouTube. Maybe I'll put that in the description. So one thing you won't get is like file dialogues. You can have to implement these on your own, right? If you're not to kind of looking to build all of these features from scratch, then Imgui may not be the right choice. So this is where I kind of came into WxWidgets. Right now, WxWidgets is a very old framework. Like Audacity is built in WxWidgets, but I don't know if anyone would go ahead and build these new applications to WxWidgets. Like you've got Electron.js, you've got Tauri, maybe just write the backend in Rust and write the front end maybe Next.js. But the reason I chose was, hey, I kind of wanted to learn C++, just so I had to kind of take the C++ route. What do I have without having any licensing issues? WxWidgets felt like the right choice, right? I could just again, installing WxWidgets, I can just fetch it using fetch content, or you maybe install using the package manager available. Like I can use apt install wxWidgets lib dev or something like that, and get started immediately, correct? So this kind of felt the right choice for me. And I don't really care about the look and feel of it, because it's a personal desktop application. I'm not going to kind of deliver this application to a client. So this works. And wxWidgets has a lot of inbuilt features, like creating file dialogues, a lot of widgets that lets you kind of build a lot of features. So for me, I think wx would just make sense now. I'm actually building the applications. I'm actually building my application using wx widgets. I will keep you posted on what's the if my opinion has changed, right, literally. But yeah, so if you've worked with these frameworks, I'd love to know your review, like, or something to kind of look out for. So do email me at hello@musimoment.com, or drop in a comment in the video in the comment section. I'd love to know your feedback. Thank you so much.